Imagine an injury so catastrophic, so violent, that for decades it was basically an internal death sentence, a trauma that kills most people before they even know what's happened. Well, that's what we're diving into today, the incredible story of how surgeons turn the tide against this absolute killer. It's a story of innovation that has completely rewritten the rules of survival.
Our story starts with a pretty brutal villain, something called blunt thoracic aortic injury, or BTAI for short. So what is it? Think about a sudden violent impact, like a high-speed car crash. That force can cause the body's main artery, the aorta, to tear. Now, the pressure inside the aorta is just immense, so a tear leads to catastrophic internal bleeding. It's an absolute race against the clock, and it's actually the second leading cause of death in trauma, right behind severe head injuries.
And just to give you a sense of how lethal this is, historically, fewer than 1 in 4 patients even made it to the hospital alive. Let that sink in. For the vast majority, the damage was just too great. The injury was instantly fatal.
Okay, so for that tiny fraction of people who did survive the initial impact, the fight was far from over. Because the old way of trying to fix this, it was a brutal, high-stakes gamble.
The only option surgeons had was a massive open repair. I mean, picture this. They had to open the entire chest, literally cracking the sternum to even get to the aorta. Then, they'd have to clamp this huge vessel, which cuts off blood flow to the lower half of the body. Sometimes, they even had to put the patient on a heart-lung bypass machine. You can imagine, for a body already weakened by so much trauma, this procedure itself was just a monumental risk.
And the numbers, well, they tell a pretty grim story. Even if you survived the surgery, the cost could be devastating. There was a 28% mortality rate, and for those who did pull through, there was a staggering 16% chance of paraplegia, that's paralysis from the waist down, all because of that lack of blood flow during the repair. Clearly, there had to be a better way.
And then, in just the last couple of decades, everything changed. A new, much less invasive technique came on the scene, and it would totally revolutionize how surgeons treated this terrifying injury. It's called TEVAR. That stands for Thoracic Endovascular Aortic Repair. And the concept is brilliant. Instead of cutting open the whole chest to fix the problem from the outside, surgeons could now go in and repair the aorta from the inside. This wasn't just an improvement, it was a true paradigm shift in trauma care.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. Open repair meant that huge chest incision and a long, incredibly painful recovery. With TEVAR, surgeons can often get the job done with just a small incision, usually in the groin. From there, they thread their instruments up through the body's own arterial highway and fix the problem remotely. And that means a way faster recovery and a much lower risk of complications. And the results were just astounding. Look at this. One major study showed the mortality rate plummeted from over 23% with the old open repair down to just over 7% with TEVAR. That's not just a statistic on a chart. That's a huge number of lives saved. It's an incredible testament to the power of this new technology.
So how does this life-saving procedure actually work? Let's take a closer look, from the moment a patient comes in to the final repair.
It all starts with a CT scan. This incredible imaging lets doctors see exactly what they're up against and classify the injury into one of 4 grades, which basically just describes how bad the tear is.
So, grade 1 is a small tear in just the inner lining. Grade 2 is a bleed into the wall of the aorta itself. Grade 3 is what's called a pseudoaneurysm, where blood is leaking out but it's kind of being held in by the outer layer, forming this fragile, pulsating bubble. And grade 4, well, that's a complete free rupture. Now, a grade 1 might just be monitored, but for grades 2, 3, and 4, TEVAR is the absolute gold standard.
The real hero of this story is the stent graft. It's basically a tube made of a special fabric, and it's supported by a flexible metal mesh. The whole idea is to deploy it inside the aorta to essentially create a brand new, reinforced tunnel for the blood to flow through, completely sealing off the damaged part.
The procedure itself is really a marvel of modern medicine. Through that tiny little incision, surgeons guide the collapsed stent graft on a thin wire, all the way up to the tear in the chest. Once it's in the perfect spot, it's deployed. It expands, kind of like a spring-loaded tunnel, and seals itself against the healthy aortic wall. And just like that, it creates an immediate, safe passage for blood flow. But here's the twist. TEVAR's incredible success has also created a whole new set of challenges. Because as we save more and more young patients with this procedure, we're now facing a new frontier of really important long-term questions.
And the heart of the problem is this. BTI is an injury of the young,
We're talking about people in their teens, 20s, and 30s. But the stent grafts they're getting, they were originally designed for a much older population. Patients in their 60s or 70s who have aneurysms, a totally different anatomy, and frankly, a shorter life expectancy.
This is where things get really tricky. See, the aorta isn't just a static pipe. It actually grows and changes throughout our lives. In fact, research shows that the aorta can expand by a full centimeter in diameter from our teenage years to old age. So this natural growth is like a ticking time bomb. You have to ask, what happens when a young person's aorta slowly expands over 20, 30, or even 40 years? Well, it could literally outgrow the stent graft that was placed in their youth. And that could lead to dangerous leaks, the device moving out of place, or even a catastrophic failure of the whole repair. The triumph of TEVAR has really brought us to a new crossroads. We've conquered the immediate threat, the fatal injury. But in doing so, we've created a whole new generation of young survivors who need a lifelong solution. So the big question that doctors and engineers are facing now is, how do we ensure that today's life-saving fix can truly last a lifetime? That's the question that's going to define the next chapter in this incredible story.